A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic display of public sentiment, aerial footage captured on Tuesday, August 26, 2025, reveals widespread disruption along the Ayalon Highway in Tel Aviv. Thousands of demonstrators have taken to the streets, advocating for a ceasefire deal that would secure the return of all Israeli hostages currently held in Gaza. Families of these hostages are at the forefront of this movement, igniting a wave of protests characterized by the burning of tires and the blocking of major traffic routes. Their frustration is palpable as they pressure Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to put an end to the ongoing 22-month conflict that has deeply affected their lives. The protests, aptly termed a day of disruption, have seen participants marching across highways, holding placards adorned with the faces of hostages and banners proclaiming, "Bring them home." Black smoke from the burning tires has filled the air, symbolizing the urgency and desperation of the families involved. This day of action is not isolated to Tel Aviv. Similar demonstrations are being organized across the country, highlighting a widespread demand for peace and the safe return of loved ones. The Hostages and Missing Families Forum has been a driving force behind these protests, staging marches and rallies that have effectively blocked major roads, significantly impacting morning commuters. The group is also reaching out to international allies, specifically calling on President Donald Trump to assist in finalizing a ceasefire deal. Reports indicate that 20 hostages held by Hamas are still believed to be alive, fueling the urgency for their return. As the protests unfold, the situation in Gaza remains dire. The Israeli government has intensified its airstrikes in the region, with reports of significant casualties and destruction. The ongoing conflict has reignited fears of a broader security breakdown in neighboring Syria, where the situation is described as increasingly volatile. Israeli forces have reportedly targeted key locations in Syria, including the presidential palace and defense ministry headquarters in Damascus, further complicating the regional dynamics. In the midst of this turmoil, journalists face significant challenges in covering the conflict. Government forces have declared it too dangerous for media personnel and humanitarian aid to enter certain areas, including Soweta City, where unrest has escalated. This lack of access raises concerns about the transparency of the situation on the ground and the humanitarian implications for those affected by the violence. Internationally, reactions to the conflict continue to evolve. Prominent figures, including the former deputy chief of Israeli intelligence, have emphasized the role of technology and innovation in Israel's military strategies during the conflict. Meanwhile, the U.S. administration has expressed frustration with the ongoing hostilities, with President Trump publicly addressing the need for a resolution between the warring nations. As the protests continue to gain momentum, Israeli police have responded with force, arresting individuals allegedly involved in inciting violence during the demonstrations. In one notable incident, a woman was filmed being handcuffed and dragged away for reportedly holding a smoke bomb at an anti-war protest on a Tel Aviv highway. This response from law enforcement has sparked further outrage among demonstrators, who argue that their right to protest is being stifled. The humanitarian crisis resulting from the conflict has reached alarming levels, with calls for immediate action growing louder both domestically and internationally. As the situation develops, the families of hostages and the broader Israeli public remain resolute in their demands for peace and the safe return of loved ones. The coming days will be critical as the government faces mounting pressure to address the concerns of its citizens and seek a path toward resolution in the ongoing conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.